Hello, Crystal Palace. Welcome to the Upper Norwood Library Hub's Library Live Lunch. This is intended as a forum for sharing positive stories, useful information about Crystal Palace, a way to find out about bits of the community in more depth, and a way to keep us all connected during this time. So my guest today is Antonio Arca, who founded and runs Capo Caccia Fine Food, which under normal circumstances is found every Saturday in our Haynes Lane Crystal Palace Food Market. Antonio, thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a bit about Capo Caccia. When did you start it? What was the inspiration behind it?
Well, Capo Caccia started in 2012, a few years ago. And basically, since I moved to London almost 20 years ago, I've always been working in food. Mm-hmm. And even in Sardinia, I was working with farmers. And the idea has been always to import Sardinia products in UK. And to 2012, I decided to start Capo Caccia. I had enough experience, I guess, to start my own business, and still doing it. Yeah, still rolling.
And what's your ethos? Kind of what's important to you in terms of finding your suppliers and things?
Well, that is the best challenging part of the job. Going to Sardinia, finding the producer, and since I moved to London and started discovering Sardinia from this time, discovering basically the range of products and the beauty that we have there. And I start knowing a few people, producer. For me, it's important to be connected with the producer. Mm-hmm. I always say we need to like each other first. I need to visit the farm to see the way they work and the way they do business. And mainly they are all family business. Mm-hmm. And I need to like the product, of course. I always say that I can sell the product that I like. If I see there's a genuine product, I love it, and I think I work well here. I'm very happy to support Sardinia, the producer, to introduce the products here, and to best part of the market, talk about the product, explain how to use it, and and enjoying it basically. Yeah, and it's really important for me, to work with honest people, great producer. Because if it's a good, strong, solid company, you can see down the product as well. Yeah, and I feel more comfortable and safe doing that. Yeah.
So personal connection, very important. And people that you're working
and
with.
knowing them and understanding that they are good people, they can, I can trust them, and we can start building a relationship together. Mm-hmm. And if I can say another thing, the last few years, I've started bringing people to Sardinia. Twice a year, we go to visit this producer. Few of them. We spend a day together. We eat there. We can see how they work there. We can try their products. Yeah, that's another part of the job that I really love.
Amazing. When you say you take people there, is it sort of like a holiday trip almost, or is it?
It's like a food trip. And where we stop, we visit few museum, archaeological site, church, and then we visit the producer. We go to the farm, and we usually stay in an agriturismo. It's like a commercial farm, in the countryside. And from there, every day we go to visit a different producer. And and I've started the first time with people from the markets. Inviting them, and we went there. I think 4 years ago. Yeah, was the first one.
Yeah, will you do that again when it's possible?
Yeah, we just cancel the April trip. Yeah, that was starting my hometown in Alghero, and the next one should be in October, but I'm not sure it's happening yet this year. Yeah, yeah, next year.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
So tell us a bit about some of your products then, that you've worked so hard to find.
Yeah, I've started with 2 free cheeses, the classic pecorino sardo, the staple the Sardinian cheese. And then in the last few years, I managed to introduce a range of cured meat from a couple of small producers in South Sardinia. One is a butcher. I'm very proud of the new range of olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil from my hometown. It's really good. And the new one that I introduced 2 weeks ago, actually, is the new range of honey from a guy in Central Sardinia. For the first time, I've met him online because I can't go there. But yeah, he sent me some sample, tried the product. We had a long chat, and he sent me some video on YouTube, and it was really good. So yeah, basically it's a range of Sardinian product from pasta, like a malloredus, typical Sardinia small gnocchi, to the pecorino cheese and different type of organic pecorino, olive oil. Another typical Sardinian product is the bottarga, the dry mallet roux, and the Sardinian bread, the carasau bread, the flat and crisp bread. So yeah, good.
And you were just mentioning before we went live about a new product that you're about to start selling.
Yeah. Basically now, because of the lockdown, and I'm selling mainly online with our online shop, and it's a product that I've learned how to cook here doing my pop-up, and it's quite successful. And I've decided to introduce that. Basically, it's a Sardinia lasagna that's made with homemade tomato sauce that I'm going to make in the next few days, our Sardinian bread, and the pecorino cheese. So it's a vegetarian, it's really tasty, and you can have all with some salad or poached eggs on top as well. And so that will be the new addition to the website. And hopefully today, if I've got time.
So using actually what you were saying, the bread, that's sort of different from what we would normally use, but it's the bread that you sell anyway.
Exactly. Basically, the Sardinian bread you can use as a cracker with some dips, cheese and salami, or we put in the oven. It's called pane guttiao. You can have like a crostini or antipasti, or we make lasagna. Basically, you soft the bread in a very herby, tasty broth. The bread becomes quite soft, and you lay down the tray. You put tomato sauce on top. You grate the cheese. You can do 3 or 4 layers, and the bread start absorbing the tomato sauce, the cheese, and it's like really tasty, rich, thick lasagna. So yeah, that will be the new products happening soon.
Excellent.
Yeah,
we'll keep an
it's
eye
really
out
good.
for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Brilliant. You mentioned also your pop-up. Do you want to tell people about that?
Yeah. Pop-up is another thing that we started doing the last few years. Basically, I do farmers market, as you know, on the weekend, but during the week I serve a few restaurants, a daily wine bar in London. And now I'm working with some chefs, and the idea is basically creating a menu with all Capo Caccia ingredients, from the starter to the antipasti, pudding, mains, and basically we design a menu and we do some pop-up for 1 or 2, 3 days in different restaurants or location between South and North London. And it's a good way to reach more people, to let people know the products, and most important, to let people how to cook, to use the product, and how to pair the Sardinian product with new flavors, with local products, with English products. That's the way the crossover. I think London is the perfect place to do it. Yeah.
So when you do the pop-up, do people just come and eat, or do you tell them about the products as well, or do they see them being prepared? How does it work?
Well, we prepare everything there from scratch. At the beginning, I was cooking. I was the chef, but now I prefer to have like a professional chef, and I love to be at the front house, meeting the customer, explain the recipe, and telling them about the products. Well, because the staple on the pop-up is usually the sharing platter, cheese and salami, where we use the Sardinia honey as well. And so I love to tell them about the cheese, what they are eating, or if we have some mains like the Sardinian pasta, the fregola with the bottarga, I love to tell them what we're using, the ingredients, and the way basically we created the menu for that pop-up. Because we try to change the menu in every single pop-up, trying to use the ingredient, trying to always make something new, something different. Yeah. it's really exciting. I really love doing the pop-up. It's really nice. Yeah.
Does the menu depend partly on kind of what's in season here as well, so that you're pairing it up with?
Yeah, exactly. Well, at the moment I'm working with 2 free chefs. We became friends as well, and the idea is, and we love pairing the Sardinia ingredients with the seasonal vegetable. They are available at the moment. That's great, and every time we discover new flavors, and that is the best part of the pop-up, telling them how you can use this herb, this vegetable with our cheese, our pasta, and it works very well. Really.
Please, will you do one round Crystal
Yeah.
Palace when
We
we're
had
allowed?
one was supposed to be this month, at the end of the month, in a Craving Coffee, lovely cafe in North London. And the other one was supposed to be in March in Deptford. And but all in standby now at the moment, unfortunately.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'd love
definitely.
to come and do
that. Yeah.
I'm just going to pause briefly and say hello to Emma, Bianca, Dennis, Samantha, and Patrick, and Ruth and Suzanne, who've all joined us on social media. So hello to you guys, and to anybody else who's watching whose name I don't have in front of me. If you have any questions or comments for us, please do leave them on the social media feed, whichever platform you're on, and we'll try and answer them as we go along. So Antonio, we sort of jumped ahead of ourselves a little bit. I'd love you to tell us a little bit about what a normal week looks like for you, because clearly you have lots of different things going on. So what are the different things that you normally do under normal circumstances, let's say?
I usually try to take a Monday off, so to have a little rest. And Tuesday is mainly my office day. Well organize the week, all the email, the order from the producer. And Tuesday and Thursday, I deliver to restaurants and deli. And Friday, I prepare the markets. And Saturday is usually markets day. And 2-3 times a week, I do markets on Sunday as well. But I need to take at least Monday off to see my girlfriend as well.
I don't think one day off a week is unreasonable.
I've heard that before from my girlfriend, and so I'm trying to take 2. That is, if I can say, one of the different things I'm doing during this period, during the lockdown. Having the weekend off. It's a kind of a new thing for me. Being home on Saturday and Sunday, working Monday to Friday is very unusual. I'm enjoying that.
So tell us about how you are operating at the moment then.
Well, at the moment, mainly we are pushing and promoting a lot the online shop. Thanks to our customer, mainly from the markets, thanks to you as well, that you placed a couple of orders. And we are basically doing home delivery now. We usually deliver from Tuesday to Friday in London. And I'm receiving order from outside London as well. Usually we send by courier first and then Friday. And I still have 4 or 5 deli that are still open. And a few restaurants now, they changed their business. There are more shops selling products. So I'm still working with few of them. But mainly I'm receiving order through the website. Thanks to that, we are still alive. We're still working and doing business. That's good. And thanks to everybody, actually.
Are you finding it's mostly, is it a lot of customers that you've already got? Are you picking up new ones?
We are picking up new customers, but especially at the beginning, the first few weeks was mainly customer from Crystal Palace Farmers Market and a customer from the other market that I do in Woolwich, the Arsenal Farmers Market. And now I'm start receiving order from a new customer as well, picking new people, knowing new people, mainly Southeast London, East London, So that's good,
And have you found that it's changed your relationship with customers, like the people that you already knew from the markets?
A little bit, Basically, before the lockdown, Capo Caccia was the stall in Crystal Palace Market on Saturday. I was the guy behind the table. Now, going to deliver the order to the homes of our customers. It's interesting to see somebody, outside that kind of zone, and yeah, to see where they live, what they do, because of course, every time you do an order, even if it's like a social distance delivery, you have like a little chat. Hey, how are you? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm working from home. I'm doing that. Are you doing well? And yeah, it's nice to see people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at the market, but in their home. And yeah,
Mm,
it's interesting. And it's a kind of we are supporting each other. And when you
definitely.
spend all day at home, it's nice to see a different face. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. So yeah, it's good.
I
Yeah.
think I think you might have been one of the first people I actually had the proper in-person chat with.
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes people and they just look at me from the window, say, "Hey, how you doing? You okay? It's fine." Yeah. But you can see they're happy to see a different face. Yeah.
well, not just a different face actually, but a normal
Yeah.
face. Like,
Another
because
human being.
yeah, well, but
Yeah.
somebody, I do try to get to the Crystal Palace Food Market most Saturdays, and you're definitely one of the regular stalls that I go to,
Yeah.
and so it's been weird not having that for a few months, or at least not having it in the usual form with
Yeah.
everybody there all at the same time. So actually, when you when you brought my cheese delivery, it was suddenly like a piece of normality,
Yeah.
um,
Exactly. Yeah.
both
That's true.
seeing you and having the cheese.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's true. Yeah. No, I'm happy. Yeah, to do that as well, and it's good. It's good. And
mm.
I'm discovering London as well. Driving everywhere in South
Oh yeah, of
London, you're
course.
going to see lots of new parks areas. And
Mm.
usually on Saturday, I go to visit the parks now. Now that
Uh-huh.
we can go out, yeah. So that's good. I'm trying to find positive things everywhere. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I'm going to come back to that in one sec, actually. I've just got a message from Suzanne who says hello and says it's really interesting to hear how the business has adapted to the new situation. So I thought
Yeah.
I'd just pass that on.
No, thank you. Thanks, Suzanne. Yeah,
Mm.
that's true. Actually, I can see that happening a lot in the last few months. As I
Mm.
told you, a few of my restaurants now they are daily shops selling veggie boxes, wine,
Mm.
bread, and everybody's trying to adapt the business to the current situation. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
that's. I mean, well, that's a London as well. It's a city that's
Mhm.
always moving and changing, and everybody has to
Yeah.
be ready to
Yeah.
keep the beat. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually following on from that, one of the things that we talked about the other day was about the positives that have maybe
Mm.
come from this situation. And that's obviously one of them that's been really lovely to see how businesses have adapted and kind of kept going, yourself included. But you mentioned some other, in fact, you mentioned having a weekend.
Yeah.
um, have you found other positives at the moment?
Yeah, I think so. Basically, I think everybody experienced a bit of a slow life in the last few weeks. Even if I'm busy delivering, I'm back home always at 5, 6 o'clock, and I don't work until late, and I've got more time for myself as well. And
Hmm.
I've heard that from other people, and I think lots of people now think, oh, how can I keep this good thing when we go back to the normal life? I don't want to lose these aspects of this period. And I think it's mainly slowing down and more time for thinking, to spend with your husband, wife, girlfriends. And it can be challenging, but it's good. It's good as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think it will inform what you do when things go back to something like normality?
Well, I'll try to keep this aspect in my life because I'm really enjoying it. And and I think everybody's think, oh, it's important to spend more time with people that you love, and it's good to spend more time with yourself as well, looking after yourself. And I
Yeah.
think, I'm trying to keep that definitely. Yeah.
You also mentioned actually the other day that you've been doing a bit more music, I think.
Yeah, well, I play music. I play in a couple of bands, but we are trying to do that online, like in a Zoom, or using other software, other device, and I'm practicing. I'm listening lots of music. That I think that was missing. listening to lots of music, lots of vinyl, reading and practicing, and enjoy music in a different way, not just driving on outdoor or in my living room. And I'm missing playing, of course, practicing with my band a lot, but I've got a small drum kit in my living room, so sometimes I do my exercise.
Excellent. Just going to say hello to Chris and Melvin who've just joined us.
Hello.
Hi guys. If anybody's got any questions, give us a shout or any comments. So thanks to Suzanne for your comment earlier. If anybody's got anything to ask or say, please stick it on the social media page that you're on, and we will try and address it now. So I think the main thing now is what are your plans for the immediate future, I guess, and how can people get in touch?
Well, people can always get in touch through our website, and I can give you my email as well. Is antonio@capocaccia.co.uk, and we, of course, you can find us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and we are quite active, posting all the time.
You certainly are.
Yeah. And I enjoy that as well. I can't lie, and it's a good way to keep in contact with people, to let people know what we are doing. And in these days, but social media, website are the best way to keep in contact with us. Definitely.
And in terms of this sort of future, I mean, as much as any of us can plan for the future, you're planning to keep deliveries going for a little bit longer, I think.
Well, I think so. Yeah, I think so. As I'm saying, it's more like a day-by-day life. No, you can't really plan, even because all the info that we are receiving changing every day. So the thing that we are doing now, yes, home delivery. We are thinking of going back to the markets in July. We don't feel safe this month, so July maybe. I'm trying to rebuild a team of people that can help me. But definitely we carry on with the website, doing the home delivery, and working with a few restaurants, and just waiting to go back to normality.
Yeah. Brilliant. So you guys watching, although I know some of you are not actually from Crystal Palace, I gather we've got people watching from all over the country at various times, which is amazing.
Ooh, nice.
But any of you who are actually based in South London, if you'd like a home delivery from Antonio, cheese, salami, and coming very shortly, lasagna. So you said that might be on offer next week?
Yeah, hopefully. We're working on that. I'm
Cool.
doing my new post. Yeah.
Brilliant. So if you like a delivery of some beautiful Sardinian products, do have a look on the Capo Caccia website, which we're going to put the link in the details by the video. And if you're a bit further afield, then it's still an option. I think you said you can courier things to people.
Yeah. I do myself the delivery in Southeast London, but if people lives in another area, we use a courier. Usually it's the next day delivery. They get the order every Thursday and Friday. Yeah.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, there you go, guys. If you're looking for some nice food for this week, there's an option for you. Thank you, Antonio. It's really lovely to have a chat with you.
Yeah, nice talking to you.
Absolutely. So just a very quick divergence onto the rest of the live stream program. As I'm sure you guys all know, I haven't done my usual choir warm up this morning because we're taking a break this week, and clearly I just need some tongue twisters or something to warm me up. So we, as I'm sure a lot of you know, we have quite a big live streaming program through the Upper Norwood Library Hub. Please do check it out if you haven't already. We have morning mindfulness meditation, we have yoga, we have the edible garden next week, I think is the last of the current series, and that's awesome. We have cross stitch with Alice, we have covers cafe on Friday, and all sorts of things, singing, and from next week again we're back with the singing, and tomorrow we actually have Suzanne, who commented earlier. Suzanne Pink is coming to talk to us tomorrow on the live lunch. She's an artist, so bring a pen and paper. She will be demonstrating something that we can join in with. So I'm very excited for that, because I have never thought that I could draw at all. So I'm hoping she's going to prove me wrong. If you are interested in being a presenter on the live stream program, we have a few slots available. We would love to hear from you. We're sort of open to suggestions. So if you have something you'd like to try live streaming, get in touch with us. And I think it's info@unlt.org. And we'd love to hear from you. So that's it from me for today. I hope to see you tomorrow with Suzanne. Antonio, so lovely to chat to you. And
Thank you very much for having me.
Get my order in for next week, including the lasagna. So I'm depending on that being ready.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
So hopefully see you next week at a distance, of course. In the
of
meantime,
course,
everybody, stay safe. See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.